First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT-22 News at 5:30.
Pope Francis made a major announcement regarding the way the Catholic Church treats women who have had an abortion. Priests can now grant them absolution.
And before this, only a bishop or other high-ranking clergy members could forgive women who had an abortion. WSBT 22's Patrick Roth is here now. And Patrick, this is not a change in church teaching.
That's right, Rick. In fact, some, if not most, bishops here in the United States have already allowed their priests to grant absolution to women who have had an abortion. But a lot of people say that this is a change in the tone of the church. Pope Francis declared December 2015 through November of 2016 as a holy year, or jubilee, on the theme of mercy. And with that as a backdrop, the Pope announced that all priests will be able to forgive abortion during the holy year.
This Pope means what he says. When he declares a year of mercy, he's not just talking about some ideal of rhetoric of mercy. He means business.
But I do think the Pope is doing various things to highlight the call to be a church of mercy.
Normally, the church considers abortion to be such a grave sin that only a bishop or other certain members of the clergy could offer absolution.
I think that could be tough for a woman who is very distraught over an abortion, very repentant, and then go to confession, and if the priest would say, well, I can't absolve you, that could be a very painful thing.
While Bishop Rhodes and several other bishops in the United States gave their priests the ability to solve that sin long ago, Pope Francis is now extending that to every priest in the church. While this won't in any way affect the church's teachings on abortions, it does reflect something that Pope Francis has said before, his desire to build a more welcoming and forgiving church.
But it's also for those who do fall short and sin, that God is always merciful.
But I think it is a big change in terms of perception about the way the church is perceived, about what the church thinks is the most important thing. We see a statement from the church's leader that said the most important thing here is mercy.
Now, the people I spoke to pointed out that this is something that Pope Francis has been talking about since he became Pope. He wants the church to focus more on mercy and healing rather than some of the more divisive social issues.
So focus on mercy and healing. But anytime the Pope talks about these kinds of things, some people tend to think, okay, is he going to change church teaching in these situations?
Well, you know, Bishop Rhodes did point out that this doesn't affect church teaching in any way. And in fact, it doesn't really affect most dioceses in the United States because their priests could already grant absolution. But the Pope is coming here later this month, and mercy might be a message that he really wants to drive home during his visit.
Yeah. All right, Patrick, thanks.